And we are live. Assalamu alaikum, hello and good day. This is Mainul going live in another episode of Road to Goals. I hope wherever in the part of the world you are watching this or you'll be watching later, you are having a very lovely day. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. If this is the first time you're watching me in social media, then please let me give some brief information about myself. I'm Mainul. I was born and raised in Bangladesh, where I'm currently located, but I've studied, lived, and worked in Germany and Australia as well. I'm a biologist by profession, a husband, a father of a baby girl, and a digital business mentor. So I help people learn how to use various social media platforms and be able to run a digital business from anywhere in the world. So as usual, I've got my two co-hosts, Brother Amin from Sydney and Sister Fatima from Calgary, Canada. And we have got a distinguished guest, Sister Mariam, all the way from Minnesota, US. Without further ado, now I'd hand over the show to the Amin, and then he'll just take over from there. Okay, thanks. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you doing?
Walaikum salam. Alhamdulillah. Good brother, doing great. It's good to join you again. I missed the last session. My name is Amin. For those who don't know me, I'm originally from Sri Lanka, living in Sydney, Australia for the last 12 years with my family. Me and my wife Xenia, we are both accountants by profession, and we run the business, our digital business. I'm also a coach in the business. So we have two grown-up kids, and it's been almost 3 years. I think 3 years since I've started this business. Alhamdulillah, going good so far. So hopefully the plan is to retire early. If we can, inshallah. So without further ado, I'll also hand over the mic to Sister Fatima to introduce herself briefly, and then we'll go to our guest today, Sister Mariam from USA. Over to you, Sister Fatima.
And thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And for those who don't know me, I'm Fatma. I live in Alberta, Canada. I've been here since 2009 when I came as an international student. And I live here with my husband and two kids. And I also work in a healthcare research company while running this business on the side. And today we have our guest, Sister Mariam. I'll get her to introduce herself. Assalamu alaikum, sister. If you can introduce yourself and give a little bit of your background and how you came across this business.
Thank you, Sister Fatima. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, and all of our viewers. My name is Mariam. I live in Minnesota, USA. I've lived in the US since 2005. I'm a registered nurse by profession. I had my license for 4 years now, alhamdulillah. I'm also a wife. I have kids, very little kids, and I'm a digital business owner, and I love it.
Thank you very much, sister, for giving brief introduction about yourself. So could you just give our viewers why you were looking for an online business and why you joined this particular business model? So maybe you could just add first, and then Brother Amin, Sister Fatima, and I could also add something on that. So please, Sister Mariam, why you joined the business, and while you were doing research or while you came across this business model, did you came across other business model as well, and why you chose this model, please?
Yeah, thank you, brother. That's a very good question. Like I said, I'm a registered nurse, so there are plenty of jobs as a nurse. We're always understaffed. So finding a job wasn't the issue. The issue for me was um, needing to be there for my children, needing to be the wife that I want to be and the mom that I want to be for my kids. And the flexibility is what I was looking for, being able to make income without sacrificing the time away from my kids. So I started actually my research 2021, looking for a side hustle or something to do from online. I came across e-commerce. I actually invested in a program. I started a whole Shopify account and was building a whole store. And then I realized I needed to do so much work. I needed to put so much money and time that I wasn't ready for. And I needed to, again, I was running away from taking time away from my kids, and it needed a lot more time than I would even put my job that I thought at the time. And the investment I wasn't ready for, the risk I wasn't ready for. It was a lot bigger. In product research and all that stuff I wasn't ready for. So then I stopped, I paused, and then I came across this digital business from a sister who lives in Canada and who is also a mom and a registered nurse. And I resonated with her story, and I thought she was talking about me. And like, I was like, yeah, I think this is what I want. And I gave it a try. I registered myself. I watched the free webinar. I loved it. I went on to pay the 149, and I don't regret it today. 9 months later, I'm running my business, and I love the flexibility. I love that I can, right now it's 9 p.m., my kids are sleeping, and I can just do my work for an hour or two and just be in bed and wake up in the morning with them and just be the mom that I want to be, and do the part-time job along my business, because it's so flexible that I can come in whenever I want and turn it off whenever I want. There's no boss. I'm my own boss. There's no schedule. I have a full training, and even though I have my own mentor and coach, I hardly need them because it's everything is out there, and it's just whenever I can do it, I just go in and start. So yeah, I wanted flexibility. I wanted time freedom. I wanted to be able to make money and not sacrifice so much time away from my family.
Thank you, Sister Mariam. Thank you so much. I think it's a great kind of why that you joined our global system, right? So, I mean, one of the reasons Xenia and I wanted to do was also start a business on the side while being, full-time employed. Xenia and I are still full-time employed, and we love our jobs. But it's not all about doing a job until you retire. We wanted to see if you could retire a bit earlier than the normal 65, 67 age, so that we can spend a little bit of time traveling around the world, inshallah. But when it came to online business, Z and I have never done any kind of business. So forget about online, any kind of business. So we were very, very nervous. We didn't know what to do, where to start, whom to go to, and then until we found about this business. I mean, we got to know about this from a lady called Mimi. Mimi's in Sydney, and she lives a few suburbs away from where I live in Sydney as well. So anyway, fast forward, when we initially joined, we got to know that the business has a world-class mentoring and coaching system. So that for people like us who knew nothing about online business, it was amazing support. And there's a dedicated training website where all of us can access from anywhere in the world. And then it's a proven platform. Like Sister Mariam said, we don't have to do any product research and try to figure out what to do, what software to buy, what platform, what email marketing system we need. Everything is already set up. We just need to plug in and make the business personalized to suit us. And then on top of everything, we notice the amazing support from our global community. When I first joined, there was about 9,000 people. Now we are we are over 140,000 people, right, from around the world. So all those four different factors kind of pushed us to select and jump into this business. And it's been more than 3 years since we joined. I mean, we are happy. We are building slowly, and hopefully, inshallah, we can retire earlier than the normal 65, 67 range. Over to you, Sister Fatima. I'm sure people are keen to hear your story as well.
Thank you. Yeah, no, similar to all of you, I was looking for something that was flexible and I could do it along with my full-time job. And, like Brother Amin, I don't want to be working till I'm 65, 70. Right? You don't want to be spending all your life. And honestly, I'm really tired from first, grad school and then working. And it's just, I want something that I can reduce my hours at work. So I do like my job. I just want to do it between 9 and 3 when the kids are at school, right? So I don't want to be working when they are home. I want to be there like Sister Mariam. I want to be there, as a full-time mom, and not just telling them to go, give them a snack and run back into my work, which is what happens these days. And when I was searching for online businesses, again, I don't have a business background, and I never even thought that I'm going to be owning a business or running a business ever. And just coming across this, it just piqued my interest, seeing that people are doing it along with their full-time jobs, because the person I saw, she's also working. And then I looked into this and found out that you don't need to go outside of what's being provided because everything's included, like in the training, and it's a full complete package. So I don't need to go and learn and then apply or search for something. Like, you don't need to search for a business plan, or like you guys have mentioned, products or services. Everything's included. And then, as being someone who has no background in business, it was really important that I have all the support that would be required to succeed, because doing a business, even though this is your own business, you're never alone in this. In our community, there are people who are willing to help you, and having that support system was a huge reason for me to join this business. And it's been over a year, and I'm just very happy to be a part of this community.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you very
sister.
much. Yeah, so from my side, I mean, for me, I come from academia, and being in academia, I have had very long days and daunting days. In several episodes I said working even on the weekends, national holidays, but often the job that we do, it's also a very thankless job that we do. So nevertheless, I was always interested in diversifying my skill set. So I think this is a very smart skill that I have learned, because we anyways use social media. I used to work as a freelancer to get some extra money after, because the salary or the scholarship that I used to get, it wasn't enough. So I used to work as a freelancer, but after my graduation, I came across this business, and I think I'm thankful to Almighty that I came across this business, because this is something that I'm building for my lifetime, right? So, and obviously when I joined, then there was my baby was not born during that time, so my wife have obviously changed now from during that time. So it was an extra skill, working me during my free time to earn extra money. Now then, while doing the business, my baby was born, and actually it would have been very hard for me to raise my child if I didn't have it, because even though we live here in Bangladesh, it's just me and my wife. We live in our home. My parents have passed away. Her parents are old, so there is no one like to an extra hand to take care of the baby. So I'm actually helping her to raise our baby, in most of the things. So I prefer to work online with a business, or I have some other engagement as well. So this is, and that's where the world is. This is where the world is. The world functions on the online space. The entire world survived the pandemic because of the digital space existed. People were not moving anywhere. All the countries were shut down. There is no movement, but everything, all the supply lines, or everything, the communication, everything actually happened because the digital space existed. And that's where we are living. Maybe in 5-10 years, as the Meta is saying, we'd probably have virtual reality, working in Sydney from here, wearing some glasses. So I don't know, maybe we'll upgrade to that level as well in our business. The good part is our online business community, we have got research and development team at the back end, so we constantly upgrade this platform, the training system, and new regulations come, new technology evolves, we evolve accordingly, and these are explained in such a way that we don't really need to be pro. We can be just very amateur and still learn it. Okay, there is obviously basic English language proficiency is needed, which we have, and we can also run it in our own language. So yeah, that's what I would say, that rather than wasting time on social media for unnecessary reason, learning the skill, developing a legacy for my family, that's my biggest why. So over to you, Brother Amin, for the next question.
Yeah, Sister Mariam, just wanna get to know. So when you first seen, how we got to know about the business, I'm sure you had some kind of a, skepticism. You are not sure. You had some kind of a doubt. Is it real? Is this scam? How did you tackle that mindset?
Yeah, no, I definitely did have uh, skepticism. I was skeptical when I first saw the ad. I was like, okay, everything she said seems too good to be true, but you can't really make conclusion over something you don't know. So I did the research. I did watch the free workshop again, and then I did pay the little fees that you come inside. I did navigate through the community. I checked it's when I joined, it was over 120 something. Now it's over 140K. So and I saw real people live streaming, telling their stories from different parts of the world, not just within my area or within Canada. So there's no way that the like this amount of number of people talking about the same thing could be lying. So, and then I went furthermore, and it's tax registered. I live in the U.S., so we fill out something called W-2. So I had to do that when I was doing the business. I've never seen any other business that was online that required the W-2. So I knew it was legit when I was filling that tax form. Um, yeah, I just trusted my gut. I did the research. I saw the numbers. Numbers speak for themselves, and I went for it. And I know business is all about risk, but this was the lowest risk I've seen. Like I had to take. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. I think a lot of people have their different reason to doubt different stuff, but if you stop being, I mean, being a skeptic and you stop at that point, you're not gonna progress in your life. I think the wise thing is to make sure you get enough information, you talk to people, you get in touch with people, whoever people who's advertising stuff, and get into the community and talk and get more information and do your own research and then see for yourself first, and then make a decision. That's one of the reasons why we do a free webinar, a live webinar twice a week. Anyone can simply register with their email and watch it, and
Mm,
then make the decision to officially join our community, and then where we give access to our community, the team,
mm,
people around us, the part of the training website, and have access and full business disclosures, the business opportunities that is available, different lines of business, so that you could make an informed decision to get to the next level of
definitely.
the business, right? So that's why it's so important. And thanks for sharing, Sister Mariam.
Yeah.
So over to you, Sister Fatima. What about, I mean, yeah, Sister Mariam, do you have something else
Yeah,
to
I
say?
was gonna add too, like when you first come in and you're skeptic and you're trying to figure out if what's real and what's not, don't Google. Like Google isn't the best because you do find something negative about everything.
Hmm.
I came across
Very
a lot
good
of
point.
people
Very good point.
saying
Yes.
negative things about this business when I was first trying to decide. Um, like they paid the small fee and that's it. They just came back and they were like, "Oh, this is a scam. Everybody's trying to scam." I was like, "There's no way over 100+ K people are trying like running a scam business. There's no way." So
Yeah.
do your research within the community, within the train, within the program, within outside people that just like can't hardly open the door and just left, don't know the business, so they aren't the best to ask questions or googling or youtubing, because I mean I found good and bad, and I had to really dig deep and do it within the community, the people that are actually in it. So this
Yeah, very, very, very valid point. I think a lot of people do make that step decision just by seeing the surface of something, or there's enough people who will find negativity in everything and anything that we do,
and
right? I mean, and then a lot of people, they want to invest very little, and then they think something when they push a button, automatically everything works, and then they start earning thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, there's no such business in the world. So that's why people jump into quick conclusions based on a negative, few negative comments rather than looking at the positives and actually talking to people who've um, you know. Who have enjoyed the success of the business. So over to you, Sister Fatima, for your next question to Sister Mariam. So let's make this opportunity to ask Sister Mariam as much questions as we can, so that she can also inspire all the ladies
Just
and gents over there.
yeah, I wanted to add there, maybe Sister Fatima, because I have something to add on this particular aspect, but I'd give Sister Fatima first if you want to add something on how to overcome this skepticism, and then maybe I'll also add something.
Yeah, no, it's all perfectly normal to be, a skeptic when you are, especially in the online world where you don't know people personally, right? So you're just seeing them for the first time and you're trying to figure out if this is real or not. And I like how our business is set up, that you get to watch our complimentary information session as many times as you want to. And that's what I did. My husband was very skeptical, so I made him watch a couple of them. And there's different people on the panel, so you can see that these are real people. And we go live every Tuesday and Thursday, so you can watch as many times as you want to. And then our second step comes with a 30-day, risk-free guarantee. And that's something that you don't find anywhere else. And that step is to guarantee that people who are really interested can come in, take a look, and decide for themselves. Because I can say a million good things about this business, but for you to get convinced, you need to come and check it out for yourself. And 30 days is, ample amount of time to come in and look at everything and ask as many questions you want. And like, Brother Amin and Sister Mariam said, ask the people who are in the business how this is working for them. So you get those 30 days to come and try it out. And after those, that trial period, if you decide this is not for you, then, no one's stopping you. You can leave. You're like, that's why we have this risk-free period for you to come and, tackle your skepticism.
Yeah,
Very
so
well said.
thanks, sister. From my side, what I would say, I mean, as sister is pointing Google. So if you Google, you would find the earth is flat, and there are a lot of people talking that the earth is flat. So my point is, for everything there is an opinion. So, but we need to screen out, and that's it. We have been created in a way that with intellect, humans have intellect, right? So, and that's based on that we decide. So for me, when I was deciding, I watched the webinar, and after the webinar, because $149, it's not a lot, okay? And then even if something happens, if you pay by PayPal has 6 months of payment guarantee. Your bank can bring you the money if it has gone to somewhere. But nevertheless, when I saw the back-end organization, which is located in Sydney, I was in Australia during that time, so they have a global presence. They have a presence in Sydney, right? And doing a business in countries like Australia or US or Canada, it's very difficult because they have the most strict law. So these organizations have satisfied the laws and the regulatory bodies of, because, and of Sister Fatima, and I know that in each of these organizations, when there is, they have got regulatory bodies, often scientists are present in those regulatory bodies, because if something is related to health. So, and then they give certificates. So what I mean, they go through the screen, they get the certifications, and they do have the gold certificates. They have been in the business for 48, I think 49 years now. It's a global presence. So it's a globally reputable brand. The other thing is, even after that, I actually contacted one of my community members who was actually a police, and I had quite good relations. So I actually asked him that what is a scam and what isn't. So how do you decide? And that's what they say, that when you give a fee and you get a service in exchange, that's completely legit, that's completely halal, that's lawful, legit. But when you pay a fee but you don't get a service, that is a scam. So, but often what happens that there's people with false and negative expectation. They think that they can start a business with no money, and there will be people who should work for them, day in, day out, and without any benefit, without any payment, and then they should be able to earn a lot of money and very quickly. And that's a very false and negative expectation. Things doesn't happen like that in this real world, because in this business there is people who would be working for you, to train you, to mentor you, to coach, to give you the coaching, to build your website, all the technical services. And in a country like Australia, 1 hour, I think the minimum salary is like sort of $19 Australian dollar. Okay, so 1 hour of work is 19 Australian dollar, and here people are working for you for your lifetime with a minimum fee. And I think I find it very incredible. Even for 30 minutes, often in many businesses, if you consult with a business consult, if you book a session for 30 minutes, often you have to pay over $100. There are a lot of people, the business consultant, they charge those fees just to give some brief information, just to give you an insight into the business. In our case, those sort of things are free. The webinar is free. Any conversation with us is free. So I find it very incredible for the people who really want to start a business, and who think that, okay, any lawful business would have some investment and would require some work, it is a right fit for them. So over to you now, Sister Fatima, for the next question.
Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, Sister Mariam, we talked a little bit about the community. Do you have any specific comments about it?
Oh, okay, a lot. I love our global community. I mean, they're very supportive. They're very inspiring and motivating, and they're constantly sharing positivity and like talking about positive mindset and just they're very selfless people. Everybody's just trying to inspire everyone and just win as a whole, like as a community. Nobody's really like selfish and like, oh, I want because there's no competition in our community, and I love that. Where other businesses, they're pretty competitive, and I love that they're welcoming and they're yeah, I could say a lot, but very very inspiring, very very positive community.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that. We have, like you said, we have a very supportive community and everybody is ready to help each other. And like Brother Mano said, there are experienced people who are willing to share what worked for them in our business. We have, our masterminds, where they cover what works for them. People who have been in the business for, 4 years, 5 years, they're sharing their strategies. So the newcomers can come and, gain from that. So it's really helpful, and nobody's gatekeeping what's working, and everybody's so willing to share and support each other. Plus, it's a global community, so no matter where you're based from, you'll find people from all different backgrounds. You can find people similar to you in our community. So, Brother Amin, do you want to add something?
Yeah, I think it's how we kind of connect and resonate with others, right? If you look at our community, there's 140,000 people, and you will find someone who's doing your own profession, a registered nurse or an accountant, an academia. I've seen pilots and doctors and teachers, firemen, you name it. We have people from different walks of life. Apart from doing their own profession, they're also doing a side business as well, and whatever background they come from has not restricted them from doing an online business. So when you see these people doing it, and I think it inspires everyone. And we've seen there's thousands and thousands of mothers who've never done a business, forget about doing any kind of work. They've spent all their life at home doing nothing, no job, although they have an education background to do a job. They've not done it. They're looking after their kids, but at the same time, they've been able to successfully learn, set up, and operate an online business that they can reach, worldwide, having no experience, no technical background. They're still doing it, and all is thanks to our global community, people, selfless people, coaches, mentors who spending hours and hours to help their own mentees as well as their teams, and the amazing website which everyone can go through, access from anywhere in the world. And we have step-by-step video information which anybody can simply follow and set the business up. So the community for us is I think that's a shining star in our business. The community, that's where a lot of people learn a lot from others, and our community members are very they're not stingy when it comes to sharing their knowledge. And it this goes to show, as you mentioned, Sister Fatima, the weekly masterminds, all run by our own successful business owners. They share their knowledge without hiding anything, and so that rest of us can also succeed in the business. So I mean, it's an amazing. That's one of the things that I think is attracting a lot of people. As I said, 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, there was 9,000 people. Now we are almost 100 and getting close to 145,000 at the moment. So it's a testament that our business is a community, global community, that is helping each other succeed rather than competing with each other and then and trying to make money off someone else. It's amazing. Brother Minor, over to you. I think we are kind of reaching the towards the end of this segment. Maybe a few words from you, and then we can look to close the session as well.
Yes, thank you very much, from Brother Amin, Sister Fatima, and Mariam. So I just for this for the community aspect, I'll just add something, and I'll give the final remarks and close the session. So I think the difference why this business stands out in the crowd, because there are many other business model, but this one stands out because it's not a one-man show. Because most of the business model, you see people running ads, there is a one-man show, and they have a platform. They can't handle beyond 1,000 people. Here, this business actually scaled was scaled to what it is, like more than 140K, because of the community, because it's not a one-man show. There are hundreds of leaders have been created, and there is small groups, and there are these bigger groups, so you can always go through the hierarchy. I mean, from your mentor, coach, and from your mentoring group, coaching group, so you can share ideas, you can get knowledge, and there's various internal channels as well, so people are never alone, and there is always help available, and that's why this business grown so much. So for the final remarks, that so how we all started. So if you really want change, you do have to take action. You have to get out of your comfort zone and think beyond the think out of the box. So this is a platform where people from all over the world, from all professions, have joined. So and here 4 of us from 4 different professions, and we have been running this show for several episodes, and there we have interviewed people from various parts of the world, from various communities, from various professional background. They all joined because this business looks something exceptional. And it's a lifetime business. You can leave it to your children in due course as well. So the starting point is to watch our free webinar. There is the link, so you can go either of the 4 links and register with your name and email for the live webinar, which takes place at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And after watching the webinar, I mean, if you can't even join the let's say the live one, you can watch the replay during your own time. And after watching the webinar, you can do your research, write down your question, and if you think that this is the right fit for you, we'll be more than happy to help. So before I sign off, just 2 acknowledgements, so of the people who actually yeah, so I think the comment appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, yes, sorry, I think I'm clicking, but it's not showing up on my end. Nevertheless, I think Brother Khurshid and Sister Lila, all the way from Canada, they said hello to us, and they're watching the live session. Yeah, so Sister Lila, now it appears. So thank you, sister, for joining, and Brother Khurshid, so from the US, so thanks for joining. So that's why I'm going to wrap up the session for today. Wherever you are, stay safe, stay blessed, and have a lovely weekend. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Take care all.